Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
Valor Fights has two women looking to throw down. I have to admit, I like when women are on cards. It does intrigue me because I like to see the standard of women that are fighting. We have Annie Decrescente, as I think I've said that right. I've tried to put a little bit of a twang on it, a little bit of an accent on it there, against Amy Coleman. All right, so just don't get mixed up, people. Okay, so I've got Annie with me now. Annie, thank you very much for giving me some of your time. First and foremost, you're a busy girl, as we spoke of, very busy. Obviously, not long till the fight now. With the fight in mind, I believe that this is going to be a pro debut. From what I can find online, from your record, this is your pro debut.
It is my pro debut, correct.
Ooh.
Correct.
Like a little party going on here. So, because obviously I think a fight didn't happen or got cancelled or something in the past.
Yeah, I was supposed to fight Hannah Fitzpatrick about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
But we've been trying to get a pro debut for well over, almost 6 months now. And just, a slew of dropouts or just people not taking it. Some people with 6+ pro fights. I'm not going to call it out right now, but yeah. I'm pumped Amy took it. I really, really am. Like, number one, I think that this is definitely a, show-worthy fight. And I'm happy that we're doing it for Valor, doing it for Tim Loy, because, obviously between he and Jared Williams, they've either flown in the most girls, searched for the most amount of girls for me, and I just really appreciate, Tim Loy. He's probably my favorite promoter, and he is just awesome. And then Amy is just tough as nails. You can watch her fights online. She's a freaking beast. Like, we're going to throw some bombs at each other, and hopefully the crowd likes it as much as it's...
Well,
yeah.
The thing is...
It's worth it. If anyone wants to make it out, it's worth it. It's going to live stream on Flocombat, I do believe.
Yeah.
And it's worth it. I've had an extensive amateur career. I've had 12 amateur fights, and I feel like I put on a good show every time. So
Well, I was going to say, because I was going to talk about your amateur kind of experience. You did the rounds. Let's say you got a lot of bouts in. So this pro debut, I've said it before with amateurs. It's just that transition you've now got to nail of the tempo and the like how much effort you put in, like how much energy you push out in those 5-minute rounds. Because in the 3-minute rounds,
that is definitely something that's going to be a complete experiment at this point. We have no idea how it's going to go because everything feels different at fight speed. You think you're in awesome shape in the gym. You think you are 100% ready, and you get out there and you start throwing them with full go, full power, full everything.
Yeah.
And it feels completely different. And it's they are 5-minute rounds versus 3.
Yeah.
And it always just depends on the opponent as well, the speed you're throwing at. But it is a pace, and for every fighter, it depends if you're a striker, if you're a ground type person, and where you want to expend your energy. If you want to expend it in the clench, how much you've got, and whether or not you're healthy.
Yeah, that is it. Because I remember when I went from amateur days to the pro ranks, it was I had a kind of relentless pace in the amateur ranks because there wasn't the round would go. The round was gone before it even started. It felt like and then when I got to the pro ranks, when I got to the pro game, it was a bit of a. It was a bit of an I got my first round out of the way. My first fight, I went nearly 2 rounds in my first fight, so I got a good bit of time under my belt for it. But after that first round, I kind of stood in the corner, and I was like, "Whew, that was a long round." Just it's like, "Whew, it's quite tough that." But it's obviously ring time. But yeah, it's something you can prepare as much as you want, but. Amy, when you got that opponent like her, she's like you said, she's tough. That must kind of excite you, though, that you're not getting a bum. Is the best way to put it. That you're not getting someone who's a can. You got a girl who's going to be game.
You know what? That's something how I feel anyway. Like if you look at my record, who I fought, I'm 8-4, but I'll fight the girls no one else will.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's this girl out in Louisiana named Macy Chison. Look her up. No one else wants to fight that girl. You know, and I'll fight, you know, the 6 feet tall ladies. I'll fight the left-handers. I'll fight the girls that are knocking each other out. I'll fight good grapplers. You know, if I do take a loss, I mean, I'll give you a dang entertaining fight. I'll tell you that much. You know, one of my losses is nominated for Fight of the Year in Missouri. The other one, I mean, a split decision Fight of the Night loss. This awesome woman named Dinah Berry. But I mean, you know, learning experiences from all of them. One of my losses comes from Alexi Connors. She's making her Invicta debut this coming weekend, and I hope she freaking nails it because she's a good girl, works hard, and definitely has something good coming up for her. And you know, that I lost on a cut, but whatever, it is what it is. And but you know, good learning experiences. Learning experiences make you, you know, move your head more. Don't get stuck in crappy positions that leave it up to judges.
Yeah.
And I like to think that anything I've ever lost, I've learned a lot from it. And you know, I think I'm arguably probably the best 145er in the Southeast. And I'd say Amy, if not, you know, number one girl, like I'd say we're neck and neck with each other, and it's going to be a hell of a show. And I'm really excited about it.
Yes, now it's you can hear the enthusiasm. Now, like you said, there the women that you fought, you're finding it hard to kind of get matched up with the women because you know people aren't taking fights. The women that you fought in the past, then have you ended up training with them? Because you know, I imagine the numbers must be difficult.
I actually do. 90% of the people that I should say 100% of the girls that I fought in the past. Definitely either my Facebook friends at this point have visited my gym as well. Alexa Tarayo has definitely come out and trained with me. I train over with, I've trained with Alex Connors before over at Revolution, along with Sarah McMahon and Ashley Greenway over there. And then, who else have I trained? Dinah Berry has come back and trained with me a few times as well. She's just the nicest. And then Macy and I have open doors for each other. You know, her for me in Louisiana, and I was like, man, you're welcome anytime here if you want to come and train as well. So I think it's just a general mutual respect thing. You know, as soon as that cage door closes, the last thing you hear is, fighter, are you ready? Fighter, are you ready? I mean, in your head, you're like, shit, man, it better be. Like,
yeah, I'm exactly the same. I'm like, why am I doing this again?
And I have the utmost respect for anyone who lets that door close and decides to, you know, go 10, 15 minutes with me, you know, because anything could happen.
Yeah.
And it's a certain amount of just definitely dismissing those fears, dismissing those doubts that exist within you. And it's, you know, I respect pretty much anyone who wants to do that. And so long as you're not, I don't know, an absolutely trashy person, I probably, you know, gonna be friends afterwards.
Well, look, because you're an awesome Chargers fan, let's talk a bit more about yourself. How did you, or why did you start MMA then? Come on, why did you jump into this sport? Why did you want to get punched in the face?
Man, what an accident. I wrestled in high school, and I wrestled in college. I used to wrestle on a club team in high school called the San Diego Hot Beaches. And Sharon Jacobson is a Hot Beach. Who else? Gosh, we got tons of girls that have come out of that program. Othello Lucas came out of that program. She's a big wrestler in the Army right now. But so I used to wrestle down there in San Diego on a club team, and I had a coach named Luke Barker. And after I came back from college, after wrestling at Cumberland, I started coaching high school wrestling down at Steel Canyon. So I coached the girls team over at Steel Canyon.
Nice.
And Steel Canyon High School. And so Luke came in one night. He used to be an assistant coach over at Steel Canyon as well. And he asked me, he goes, hey, I got a girl down at, it was back then called Level 5. I have a girl down at Level 5 who needs a wrestling partner a few times a week if you want to come down. She needs help with her wrestling. this girl did not need help with her wrestling. She just needed a partner who would show up every day. Her name is Liz Carmouche, and so I used to wrestle with Liz Carmouche twice a week at level 5. And she just needed somebody who would show up repeatedly and not be afraid to get beat up. And so I would come in because she, by no means, needed help with the wrestling. She just needed a partner about the same size. And so I would come in and wrestle with Liz twice a week, and her coach, Manolo, used to tell me to, you should stop that coaching baloney and come in and fight. I was like, nah, man, I don't want to hit people in the face. It's not my thing. And so at the time I was dating a guy that I was dating for about 6 years, and he lived in Georgia. I lived in California. We met in college. And so I ended up making the move out to Georgia, which is about 2,200 miles.
Wow.
And right. And so I moved out here, and all I had was the gym. I mean, I found a gym because I was bored. I got the itch. I always call it the itch. You stop wrestling for about 6 months, and you get the itch. Because I remember saying that after college, I'm never going to cut weight again. I'm never going to do this again. And I'm so excited to be a normal person again.
Yeah, eat food. Yeah.
Eat real food. And so I found a gym though because I was so bored. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was almost borderline depressed. So I found a gym, and I worked out at the gym. Eventually, me and the guy made the split. It didn't work, obviously, and so I was just training all the time, and that's all I had. So I was training, and I eventually started sparring. I was like, man, that stuff's kind of fun. Like, I kind of really like that. And it wasn't at all what I thought it was. I thought it was, when you see it on TV, you're thinking that it's about anger or about, being macho, stuff like that. And it wasn't that at all. It's just the highest form of competition, in my opinion. So I started sparring, figured out I liked sparring, and about 10 months into training where I am here, my coach asked me, he's like, hey, do you want to take a fight? And so I was like, all right, yeah, I'll take it. And so I fought out in Charleston for Conflict MMA. I think it was their 4th show out there, but it was definitely the first female fight that ever happened in Charleston. I fought a girl named Nicole Fairclough. And so that was back in 2012. So yeah, it was definitely an accident, definitely something I wasn't planning on getting into. But yeah, I still enjoy training down. Now it's called SD Combat Academy or 10th Planet San Diego.
Yeah.
I definitely still train out there, and got some real cool friends out there. Richie Martinez is just the cheese. Liz is super nice. They got a great front desk guy named Manny out there, and then Manolo's fantastic. YL is just great. I mean, they got a great team out there, and always very welcoming for me, and always letting me, come in and train with them whenever I come into town. So, always nice.
It's nice. You're training with some legit top contenders around. That's put you in good stead going into pro ranks.
I mean, Liz Carmouche is the very first fight ever in the UFC for women.
She was the first one to step in as well because she was the challenger, so she was the first woman ever to step into the cage.
And or in the UFC octagon.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So that's like, I don't know, I feel silly, like, I never look at my page, I'm not big on, like, posting, oh, I train with this person, I train with that person, like, I don't know, it just feels so silly to me, like, I don't know, I'm not a good horn tutor.
Yeah, it's just training, that's the thing, it is what it is, but I suppose, though, if I was training with, like, Josh Barnett, I would take more selfies than was humanly possible.
I would just insist that he wears those really small shorts as we do it.
Yeah, the wrestling shorts. Oh, yeah, pro wrestling shorts.
Josh,
love it.
I need you to put on those tiny pants.
Yeah.
Yes, those are my favorite.
I love Josh. I would be Little Spoon for Josh Barnett. He is the man. He is. He's just awesome.
I'm trying to imagine being the big spoon and cuddling that man's massive back.
You can never know. You never know. He might like it. He might like being Little Spoon. You don't know these people.
Everybody likes being a Little Spoon sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't act like you don't.
I might tweet him now. I might tweet him and find out what he likes. Yeah, it sounds like you've got yourself, you fell into it, and you fell into like a lot of a good mix as well. You fell into it in a good way. You know, you found some good names. You got some good training behind you, and I'm sure obviously the training you're doing now is, you know, you're confident. You've already got the wrestling. I suppose you got that wrestling base. You know, you're just adding to it with the striking and obviously the submission side of things. It's just you're just adding on really to the skill set you already had prior.
It's, you know, I'd say that you always want to keep everything refined.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you don't want to ignore one aspect of your game too much or anything like that. Saying, "Oh man, I've got that down," and you know, that's when it gets a little, you know, it's a little dodgy. You're like, "Ooh, looking a little spotty there, man. Not so great."
No. Well, that's the thing. You know, it's still. You'll never ever learn everything. You'll always keep refining and keep adding and keep learning and growing and developing and just evolve and that's the great thing about it. You know, it's like an endless kind of, I don't know. It's like space. It's just endless. It doesn't stop.
What's so cool about it though is that you're always learning. And the moment you think that you know everything, I think that's the part. Moment you become uncoachable.
It's when you get your ass kicked. And, that's when you get whooped. That's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, little slice of humble pie, and guess what? There's always a bigger, better fish.
Yep, I found that out.
Come over and give you. You know, oh gosh, I'm not even gonna say that like I don't know if Holly is necessarily better than Ronda. Everybody wants to say, "Oh my God, she's so much better. She beat her like this." I'd say she by far has the better footwork. Absolutely. And she was able to keep the distance better. And, you know, and Ronda was very just straight back and forth. I mean, just in and out in a very straight manner and unable to close the distance. And Holly was the perfect anti-Ronda.
Yes, that's what I said. I've said that Holly is Ronda's kryptonite. Ronda is Misha's kryptonite. And it's just, like, I think Holly could probably have Misha again if they fought again.
I told everybody don't count Misha out in this fight. Everybody's like, "Oh man, Holly's gonna run through Misha." I was like, "God, I really think you're wrong."
Yeah.
Because number one, I've grappled with, you know. Oh, someone's calling me. I think this is my other interview.
Go on.
They're gonna have to wait.
Oh, sorry.
But Holly, what was I saying?
Misha, you grappled
with I grappled with Sarah and I've grappled with Liz.
Yes.
And I've watched Liz versus Misha. I've also watched Sarah versus Misha. And people act like people are like, "Oh man, Sarah's grappling game's not that hot." I'm like, no. Sarah's grappling game is fucking gangster.
Yeah.
Like, as is Liz Carmouche's. And if Misha's able to keep both of them on bottom for a second, or an extended period of time, I'm like, Misha's top is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think the thing with Misha is, for me, what she offered to Holly, I've said it before, she's got more on the grappling side of things than Ronda had. With Ronda, you knew exactly what Ronda was going to do. She was either going to get a one under, one over, like an underhook and overhook. She was going to do something like that to get a hold of you so she could do it, like some kind of judo throw, whatever she wanted, Uchimatsu or whatever. But with Misha, she can transition and move to different types of takedowns because she has that fluidity that Ronda doesn't. She can go from a single leg to double leg to back to a single to a high crotch to then she go to like Uchimatsu. But she has that. But the thing is, Ronda doesn't have that, and it's that was so apparent in the fight when they fought because Holly for Ronda, she planned and not her, sorry, Winklejohn and Greg Jackson planned it to a T. Said, you know, they literally said, "Look, she's going to do this. You need to do this to stop it," and that's exactly what they did. They literally just, and that's all it was. But with Misha, she offers more things, so they couldn't get all that information to Holly in time. I think for the Misha fight, it was kind of like, "Oh, she does offer quite a lot. We need a lot of drilling." I think though, if they did the rematch again, I think Holly would be a lot smarter and a lot more suave with her movement.
Yeah, well, and I think she said it right. She's like, "Man, I got complacent. I thought I was so ahead in the cards that I got complacent."
Yes.
And it's the thing with Misha is, don't get complacent because she's not going to give up.
No, she's not.
And she's going to keep on coming at you.
And her grappling's really good because, as well, people, you know, they just need to remember her fella is Brian Caraway, and Brian Caraway is a really good grappler. Like, he's a really good top grappler. So she's learning from him and rolling with him. obviously in a professional manner, and she's, obviously that's why her game is so strong. That's why I think that's why you see her grappling. It's literally just Brian Caraway in, with boobs and long hair. That's kind of what it is. She's picked up all the knowledge from Brian, and that's what people kind of forget. They're around each other all the time. They're just training together all the time and just growing and growing and growing. So she has got legit points. I just that little cluster of three. It's almost like they can beat each other almost. It's fun. It's fun though. It's interesting because at least you haven't got one horse flying above the rest. Like, it's not like Demetrius Johnson where everyone's just getting starched.
Oh yeah, nobody's on that level.
And I love Demetrius Johnson. Oh, that dude!
Know.
He's the man.
I agree.
Oh. Look, I know we had a call before for the other interview. I am nicking a lot of your time. I am sorry. I know you're a busy person with your fight coming up and obviously work and everything like that. I do apologise. I could talk.
No worries.
I could talk forever.
No worries.
But look, before I let you shoot off, I'll let you get off. Obviously, you're going to be fighting on the Valor Fights coming up. You're fighting Amy Coleman. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be badass. It's going to be fight of the night. Everyone's going to talk about your fight.
I hope so.
No one's going to care about any of the other fights. Your fight's going to rock. But before you go, what's your social media so people at home can jump on and give you a follow and enjoy your work?
My name it's Annie Decrescente. You can like me on Facebook, or you can follow me on Instagram at CDB Annie. That's like Closet Douchebag Annie. So at CDB Annie. Just a huge shout out to my coaches, Steve Broman, Frank Marishka, Juan Guevara, Coach Yusuf Shabazz Jr., and Elijah Shabazz Jr. My partners in the gym, Justin Granville, also on the card that night. He'll be making his kickboxing debut. Forrest Risky, he'll be making his MMA debut as well. And they're both absolute gangsters, and they're fantastic. And thank you, Zoe Wells, for training me. Valerie Regas training with me. Sarah McMahon, Alex Connors, Ashley Greenway, Thomas, everybody at the gym. I love you guys. Thank you, Rocky, and my sponsors, Jim Perkison with Proform Mouth Guards. Thank you, Rendirse. Who else have I got? That's all I can think of right now. I'm having, by the way, if anyone wants to sponsor me, I am in need of sponsors, so come join up.
What's your Twitter?
Out as well, please. Huh?
Annie, what's your Twitter? Do you remember your Twitter handle?
I don't have a Twitter. I will get one tonight. It'll probably be something about CDB Annie.
Get it done.
I'll make one for you guys.
Yeah, get on it and let me know. Honestly, get on it straight away. And I will give you a follow, and we'll start getting our Twitter train going. Telling you, it's the future.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
I was going to do a joke then from a British comedian, but you wouldn't get it. It would be wasted. I don't want to waste that joke. I don't know what. I'm even tempted to send you a link to him. That's what I'm tempted to do about that joke. Anyway, Annie, look, it's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great time at Valor Fights. Enjoy and absorb the moment of your pro debut, and just be you.
Let's hear it for Leicester City. How does that sound?
I don't. Well, look. Well done to Leicester City. Yes, I don't follow sissy soccer, as I call it, because I'm a man and I do real man sports. I do rugby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do rugby, MMA, American football. I do stuff that's, if it's not heard, it ain't my cup of tea. For me, they're all a bit. Okay, well, they're all big.
You gotta look at Leicester City. They're like a Cinderella story this year. Anyway.
They are. To be fair, though, kudos to them. I know some little weird facts. For example, there's another team in that league called Manchester United, and their manager at the time has been there for 2 seasons, and the amount of money he spent on players in that 2 years it's greater than the amount Leicester City have spent on football players in the whole time Leicester City has been formed, and that's 100 years. The club's been that's how much their team. There's a guy in the team as well, a striker, who was he played in the bottom division, in kind of how would you describe it? You got NFL, then after that it goes down. You got they do it in Canada, and they go to there's European stuff, and lower levels. The dude was low level, I mean low, and then all of a sudden, and he's built, and that was only a few years ago, literally like 3 or 4 years ago, and he he has a Facebook status. He put a Facebook status up like 4 or 5 years ago. It said chat shit get banged. And
chat shit get banged.
Chat shit get banged, and it because he was just one of the lads, and that's been screenshotted and put around everywhere. Like still, even like to this day, and he's now like an international striker for England. Oh, it's just hilarious, that little bit of it. But yeah, Annie, have a great time. Enjoy yourself.
Right now. All right, have a good one. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure.